All right, so now I want to create a recess in my backrest so that I can sit my cushion, my headrest comfortably into that little recess. So I'm just going to hide my headrest for now, and I'm going to press Control Shift and select these icons here, these sub objects, those faces, and I can press delete, for example. And now I have a nice big hole like that. And I'm going to press again Control Shift, and this time I'm going to select my edges and select them, as you can see on the screen, like that. So I just need half of it, obviously, since I've done a reflect and it's still active. And I'm going to do an extrude. So I'm going to click on the extrude sub D, and I want to make sure that when I extrude it, that I bring it, let's say about, so I want to make sure that it's along the Y direction, which is the case. Let's see what it gives. So let's create a first sub D like this. All right, so now I see that here it's sort of coplanar. So I'm just going to make some little adjustments. I'm going to select these edges here, and I need to bring them down just a bit like that. So now I'm starting to have that little crease or wrinkle, whatever you want to call it. And maybe I'm going to do it again. So I'm going to select these edges this time, and make sure that you select the proper edges, obviously. Sorry, there you go. And again, I'm going to do another extrusion. So instead of using the icon, you can also use the green dot along the X direction and just do another extrude like so. All right. And if you're happy with that, that's great. I can always also, like if I press tab key to go in the box mode, I just want to see what it looks like. It's kind of messy here. So I can always try and correct this as well to make it a bit cleaner. So I'm just going to take this edge and just drag it like that. Maybe bring it more inside like this. And I can see that the edge here, okay, I can see that it's because I've added some details. Now it becomes a bit messy. So I just need to make some little adjustments. So I'm going to shift control, select that edge, for example, and just bring it down like that. There you go. Makes more sense that way. So don't hesitate to switch back from box modeling to smooth to a smooth model. And then once you're happy with the way it looks in the box model, it makes sense. Then you can press tab key and see what it looks like in the sub D mode. All right. So now this area is a bit better. I can always try and modify a bit more if I need to, but I think overall it's not bad. Okay. And then I'm going to press tab again to go back into my box mode. I need to check something before that. I might want to modify this area. It's kind of, let's see, what if I deleted that face? So you can always do that, all right? And that's what I like about Sub D. It's a non-destructive mode. You can always revert back to if you went a bit too far in making some design changes, modifications. You can always go back. All right, so what I'm going to do, because there's an edge here, I'm going to start adding an edge here, and probably I'm going to make an edge that ends up here. Let's try it and see what it does. So to do that, I'm going to go and find in the Sub D tools, there's this icon called Insert Point to Mesh or Sub D. So I'm just going to click on that. And I'm going to select that face, and I'm going to say, I can try in the mid with my snapping toolbar, see what it does. Here's my mid. So first point, second point, like that. And then I'm going to go to that vertex. So make sure that on snapping toolbar, you've got vertex on, and then you just create these additional segments like that. So now I want to bring this point and that point together. So you can use the bridge tool for the edges, or I can try and stitch them together, as you can see here. So now I'm stitching this. So the stitching is here, right? So you just select the two vertices, and then you click on the stitch. It's going to automatically join them together, and you just right click. So there's this stitched. I'm going to do it again. So you can click on stitch icon, which is here. And I'm going to select, for example, I think you can select also the edges. So you see it says select vertex or set of edges. So I'm going to select this edge and that edge, and I'm going to right click. Whoops, let's try it again. So I'm going to do stitch. I'm going to select this edge press enter, and then select the second one, and there you have it. And then I press enter again, and so I stitched it. All right, so let's see what it looks like. I wanted to get rid of one face. I thought it was a bit overcomplicated, and if I press the tab key, this is much smoother like that. So, whoops, let me go just zoom out a bit so that we can see a bit better. So that looks okay. That's not bad. All right, so I'm going to press the tab key again, and I'm going to do the bridge tool. So again, bridge, meshes, or subds. I'm going to select this first edge, enter, or right click, and then select the second edge, right click, and you create that face, and then right click again. Make sure, in this case, I don't want any additional segments, so I'm just going to keep it at one. Join is checked, and I'm just going to click OK, and it's going to do the reflect on the other side. Maybe I should have actually added another segment, because I can see a segment here. So let me see. Or what I could do, I can also do the where is it again, this tool? I want to fill it. So where's fill? There, fill subd hole. So I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to select these edges one by one so that I can fill the inside, and right click again. I leave it at automatic. Now you see it creates a sort of messy looking. So what it's trying to do is that all these edges here, all these segments, they're going to split a point. I'm not sure that's what I want actually, because if I press the tab key, it's not too bad. Okay, it's not so bad, but let me try something else. I'm going to go back to my box mode. Let's delete all these sub faces. Let's try something else. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to create an additional segment, because as you remember, when I bridged this, I only selected one segment, so I end up with one face. So in reality, maybe I should have done two segments instead. It would have been a better choice. Anyways, I'm going to use the function called insert point to mesh or subd. I'm going to snap to the midpoint of that edge, and I'm going to find the midpoint on the other side like this, and I press either right click or enter. So I've created one segment here, and I've created a segment here. So now I'm going to try and bridge this segment, enter, select my second edge, enter. There you go, and enter again. There you have it. And I'm going to do the same here. So I'm going to bridge this segment, enter, second segment, enter, and enter. So now it's quads everywhere. Once again, it's very similar to the topology that you create with NURBS surfaces. Trying to have 4 borders is the best approach. And now you can see how nice and clean, smooth it looks like. All right. So once I press the tab key in the smooth mode, that's what I have. So I'm going to bring back my cushion. That's it. And I'm just going to select my cushion. I'm just going to shrink it along the X direction, and just make it a bit smaller so that it fits inside that little recess that I created in my backrest. And I can also increase it along the Y direction, adding more thickness if I want, push it a bit more aft like this, and there you have it. Okay, so try and do that. All right, remember about the topology, it's very important. Try and maintain nice clean quads as much as you can. If you need to delete some faces like I've shown, don't hesitate to do so. And try to shape it, sculpt it the way you want it. That's what matters. All right, so I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.